Morning, traders. It's Melissa. I'm going to do my live session going over pair for my day trading each day. And this time I'm sharing my screen. Yesterday's session, the screen. So today I have that. And apologies about yesterday. All right. So every morning I started off the same way. I look at the economic. Want to know what planned economic data releases or Fed speakers are planned for the day. Now, I don't use this data to enter trades, but it's always good to know when potential volatility is coming into. I want to be prepared to buy the dip in my buy zones or sell the rip in my sell zones. And these events will oftentimes bring prices to those zones. So today, of course, the big event is Fed Chair Powell is speaking at Jackson Hole this morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. So, about 30 minutes after the market open is when Powell is going to be on the mic talking about potential rate cuts, inflation, unemployment, etc. All right. So 10 a.m. is a big time to be prepared for volatility and be prepared to trade my main zones that I will have on my charts for today. After that, the next thing that I see on this calendar is 12 p.m. So here with Powell. So we shall see times the potential for volatility. Know what planned economic data is coming out. I want to take a look at my watch list where I have the S&P 500 and the Dow on this list. I want to see overnight what was price action doing? What is it green? Is it red? And for this morning I can see that the S&P is currently 17 points. The Nasdaq's up about 54 and the Dow is up 155. So, is bullish obviously. Is came off of the lows yesterday and so my focus will be looking sectors that are green and outperforming their peers because overnight price action bullish. So if I take a look at my sector watch list for this morning, and good morning to Mike and Andy and Perennial Legacy. Good morning. Thank you for joining me. So looking focused watch list, I'm looking performing today. Give me 1 second here. All right. So if I am scanning this, obviously the diamonds are up uh, 150 points, right? The Dow was. So that one understandable. I see here small caps, IWM over a 0.5% this morning. So that catch attention. Scrolling on down, I'm looking for those that are up a higher percent than their peers. Next up is XLF or financials. That, of course, is helping the Dow be green because financial is down here. Think of names like Amazon and Tesla. And honestly, I love to day trade Tesla. So that's interesting for me, and maybe TSLL, which is the ETF that I use to trade. because the contracts are more affordable. Um, that catches my interest. So just scrolling this sector watch list, I'm going to look for in consumer discretionary financials, and then I'll probably put IWM as one of my uh, things to focus on this morning for potential day trades. So now I'm going to go back to going to look at Amazon. Remember, I said Amazon, Tesla, those are the main 0.5%. Tesla and TSLL, the name that I really right there. So if I'm looking here and I want a financial name, I prefer JPM for day trading. I will trade some of the other financial names in swing trading, but JPM gives me an affordable contract as well daily ATR to day trade it. So JPM's going to make my list, TSLL, and then IWM. I wanted to put that on my focus list for potential trades. I'm going to look at each one of those charts from a top down approach to get an idea of what potential resistance and support are near where prices like to get look at the bigger picture first and then go down to a 2-hour chart and set my buy and sell zones. So with I can see it's above the monthly edge here. We have support on the weekly chart down here at about 220, 221. You got an inside candle followed by an up candle. So 221 is the support. This topping wick here on the weekly chart would be the immediate resistance followed by the sell zone up here. Looking at a daily chart on IWM, looks like on the 20th and 21st, we came very close to the daily 21 and buyers stepped in there. That this is typically what happens at the daily 21. But look at how the daily 21 has went pretty much flat. It's no longer in an upward trajectory. It is pretty flat. So that is an indication that you could see some consolidation in this area on IWM on the daily chart. That 221 is down here again on the daily chart for a buy zone. Then the sell zone would be up here near 228.64. Looking at a 4-hour chart for IWM, going to do the same thing. Immediate resistance is here at about 229 by the top of 231. Looking down, IWM really today needs to hold 223.69. If not, then I'm looking for it to come down that two that was important on those higher. So now I'm going to look at my day trading chart for IWM. I build my buy and sell zones off of the 2-hour chart. So for today, the sell zone on to 231 and a half, and the buy zone is 221.91 by 218.24. Now these white lines in between are areas that I would look to trim a position. Once we get closer to the market opening, I will switch to a 5-minute chart, which is I prefer day trading off of. Look at where the PMZ or pre-market zone is at. This is my absolute go-to indicator for day trading, okay? The trendy PMZ zone is very mechanical to trade. Price above it, you're looking to go long. I would be looking to go long and I'm trimming at the levels in between the sell zone. The sell zone short and price is below the PMZ, looking to trim at the levels below the PMZ, and my target zone is the buy zone down here or green zone down here if I'm short. Another way that I will trade a day blueprint is to, if price comes down into a buy zone with confirmation, I like to go long from a price comes up to a sell zone with confirmation, I like to go short from a sell zone. If you don't understand what I mean by with confirmation, be sure and check out my video here on YouTube talking about waiting for confirmation before. All right. Next up, I'm going look now at JPM. I like IWM because I have room to the upside or downside. That's important. We need to stay nimble when day trading because you never know what's going to happen. All right, on JPM on the weekly chart, I like this rounding bottom. Price is finding support at the 9 EMA here on the weekly chart. The immediate resistance is going to be the all-time high there on the weekly chart. So I like everything about the weekly chart for continued upside with JPM. The daily chart, I can see it's been very choppy this entire month. Price is right at the daily cloud. It is below the daily 21. This is now resistance at about 293. That is going to be the immediate resistance for today, and it is just above price, where price is currently trading right now in the pre-market it. Above there, obviously, this upper trendy edge is going to be my next area of resistance. And then this gap fill back up to 296.24, where we had a like to come back and fill that gap. So on a bullish for, I need to make sure sell zone or my target for the upside is somewhere near that level. All right, let me go to a 4-hour chart here. Again, very, very choppy conditions on JPM on the 4-hour 4-hour daily those. So it just looking at where's the ceiling, where's the floor. The floor is down here around 288 to 285, and the ceiling is up here at 295 to the all-time high. Now let me take a look at my day trading chart for today. And remember, I said that 296 level needs to be on my chart. I'm going to go ahead and move this sell zone down to that 296 level because I know on the higher time frames that is the immediate resistance. Okay, so now my sell zone is high and my buy zone is the this chop or the support of this chop 288 to 284. The lines in between represent areas I would look at. They are resistance or they are support, but to a smaller degree. Looking at the 5-minute chart again, this is a chart I will day trade off of. I'll show you an example of what the PMZ looks like here. It's either going to be red or cyan color, just depending on where it lines up with the line in the sand. But in yesterday's price action, you can see once it got below the PMZ, you had momentum to first area that I would look to trim a kept up there. Then once price got above the PMZ, it came into the upper daily edge that there was definitely the sellers overpowering the buyers yesterday because price went back down to the PMZ. The way I trade this is short below or long above, and you can trade it all day based. All right, so once we get closer to market, where the PMZ is at for today and plan my trades accordingly. And then last but not least is Tesla. I told you I love to day trade Tesla on Fridays. You often get some volatility, and I need volatility when day trading, right? So looking at the weekly chart on Tesla, it is weak. All right. Or I'm looking at TSLL. You have a sell zone up here at 14 to 1688. You have a buy zone down here. It's wide. It's about $5.50 wide, but it's where price has come back to and buyers have stepped in. Right now on the weekly chart, though, I'm seeing a weekly turn signal to the downside. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Tesla come back into this zone again. Will it happen today or next week? I don't know. Timing being the variable, obviously. But you can see daily buy zone, that same 1064 area where buyers were stepping in. The immediate sell zone on TSLL on this daily chart is going to be here at 1257. Our chart, boy, it's trying to hold on to this 4-hour buy zone. But honestly, once price is down at the bottom of that zone, I'm just going to leave on that bottom of the zone and I'm going to remove the zone it's to see where buyers could step if in the event that zone was breached. All right, and that's going to be down here at again 1062. So on my day trading chart today, that more than likely will be the buy zone, the downside. All right, but let the 2-hour chart? Yep, sure is. So the buy zone is down there. The sell zone, remember, is where I would be targeting if I'm long today. And the buy zone is where I'd be targeting if I'm short. And then I can flip the trade to the opposite side in each of these zones with confirmation. The lines in between represent my trim levels. All of that looks good. So the three names focus on is TSLL, JPM, and IWM. Now, let's talk about the overall market. This week, I have been day trading SPX. I'm going on vacation. I actually leave today to drive to Miami to get on a cruise. So I won't be around next week. I still have videos scheduled to be published so that you can get the same uh, content and education while I'm gone, but I won't be around to do any live sessions. So a bunch of positions swing trading account. Now, my investment, I always have money at risk. But for swing trading, I don't like to have a not going to be setting at the charts and able to trade it. So I've been focusing on SPX and been doing really well day trading it this week. So looking at the weekly chart, my next area of support 302, the resistance 64.81, that is the all-time high. Looking at the daily chart, looks like price got below the daily 21 yesterday. That will be resistance until price can get back above that, and that's going to be 63.80. So I need to make sure my day trading chart 63.80 or thereabouts is marked as a level. As far as your immediate or your buy zone goes on SPX, on a daily time frame chart, that 63.09 is where that buy zone is going to start. On the 4 hour, working this week. All week, we got a pullback here on Wednesday. We got another one yesterday. Buyer stepped in, buyer stepped in. So now this zone has been tested. If we get a pullback this morning, I will be particularly here around 63.10, the bottom zone. Here is my day trading chart for SPX today. Right now, obviously, price is up about 12.5 points. So if I just look at where we closed yesterday, 63.70, and I add 12 points to that, that's going to be right at 63.82. So what do we have right at 63.82? Well, number one, I know I have the daily 21. I also have the 2 hour EMA cloud. So the 9 EMA is down here as well. That is immediate resistance and a price that buyers need to overpower the sellers and get use this 63.80, 63.82 as support. Then I'm looking for the top of the cloud, the monthly edge right in here. I could even use this topping wick from yesterday that looks to be the high yesterday. I'm going to go ahead and mark that on my chart. As far as support below, obviously this zone, which I mentioned has been tested, and was tested Wednesday, almost yesterday. But this is the first area I would be looking to buy a dip with confirmation. Below there, I have nice candlestick structure even on those higher time frame charts at 63.15 by 62.89. So I would treat this as one whole zone. All right. As far as some trim levels on the way out of the PMZ, I'm going to use this lower daily edge. I want a line there as a trim. That's going to be about 63.57. Okay, so those are my major areas here. Again, we're going to open up if the market stays virtually up about 12 points. This is where we're going to open up. And I need to know that I have yesterday's high as the immediate resistance. Then above there, you got the psychological value of 6,400. I'm just going to make this 6,400. This is an upper is resistance when price is below it. So that lines up in confluence with that psychological value. And then, of course, my short the rip zone with confirmation would be my next targets. I do have a weekly edge mid inside of there to give me another target to the upside or a potential scale in place if I am scaling into a short here. 64.22 would be an add. Then a stop, if I'm scaling in this zone, is the top of this zone, and I commit to candle closes, not wicks. Then above there, this is my sell zone for today, 64.46. So that is for today. I hope you found this content valuable. Again, if you haven't already, please smash the like button. Oh, I see I got a question from Claudia. Let me answer that. get off of here. And good morning, Claudia. You said when you look at a 2 hour to trace your day trades, how many you go to do your blueprint? I'm looking for the major swing highs and swing lows, Claudia. So, it's right where you have a big explosive move to the upside and downside, I want to focus on those imbalance candles at swing highs and swing lows. And you ask the PMZ is calculated since 6 p.m. or 4. The PMZ is a proprietary indicator created over a decade ago, and how calculated isn't shared. It is based on price action during the pre-market or the extended trading hours, but specifics of how it's calculated, that information isn't shared, Claudia. And to be honest, I do not know the answer to that question, but I've been trading it for over 3 years now and have found great success trading it. So for me, I don't even care how it's calculated. All I care about is that I know how to trade it and that I win more than what I lose when trading it. So, all right, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. I hope you have a wonderful day of trading. We got Powell p.m. We have President Trump speaking at 12 p.m. There should be some volatility in the market, and to trade off emotions. We want to trade off of technical levels, whatever those might be for you on the charts. Just be ready to execute your plan. Make sure you have a plan ahead of time before in the next video.